This is a demo video for Leonardo. Leonardo, this is your new Ezra Bridger LightSaber. It is a Solos Hold Rebel Orphan with a Goth 3D master chassis with Proffieboard and NeoPixel. This turned out to be an absolutely beautiful saber. Once you get it, you're going to see how much great weight there is in it. It's just a really, really nice saber. Of course, this has been powder coated and weathered by Shane Moore at Sith Lord Sabers. So a big shout out to Shane for the wonderful job he did on the weathering and the powder coating of the black, gold and red and switch plates, because when the saber came it was just all silver. So Shane done a great job on this. So let's jump straight in. There's two ways to access this saber. If you want to just switch it on, you can just screw off the end pommel here, and the end pommel is going to give you access to your recharge port. That's where you recharge your saber with a 2.1mm charger, which I will include, and your kill switch. So here's the kill switch. So you just flip it on and it's going to start on your Ezra Bridger font. You have a pulsing LED here, pulsing from green to white. And let's just get our pommel back on. Always be careful screwing the pommel and the saber on and off. You never want to cross thread the screws, but there's pretty good action on this. It screws pretty well. So on this saber you have two buttons. This is your activation and this is your auxiliary. So to activate, press once here and you have your green Ezra Bridger blade. In here, of course, you have your stock NeoPixel connectors with the shine through LEDs. This is a V3 stock NeoPixel connector with your screen accurate blade plug. So this does not take a blade how it is. We'll go over that in a moment. This is just your screen accurate blade plug with the thin opening. So then this is your auxiliary switch. So this, you know, it gives your blaster reflex or lock up and clash. Proffieboard, of course, does all the usual nice smooth swing and clashes. This also selects your next font. Next font is a Darth Vader. You get your red blade, of course, and to play the music behind the font, you hold the activation button for 1 second. So, of course, Darth Vader has the Imperial March. And you switch that off, and I will actually just go back to the Ezra font for you to keep it green for a few minutes while we reveal this crystal chamber. So with the buttons, there's a lot going on with the buttons. You have volume control, you have blade color change on the fly by twisting the hilt. I won't go through all of those in the video, but I will send you a instruction pamphlet for operating this when I send it to you. So to get your crystal chamber reveal going, you want to screw off this section here. The whole thing screws off. Again, nice and gently, but it does have very nice screwing action. Great hilt courtesy of Solos Hold. Very top quality stuff. And you have your Goth 3D master chassis with crystal chamber, 3D printed in metal, of course. The black is plastic, everything else is different types of metal. You have a top on your soundboard cover here and a bottom cover, and your crystal chamber, of course, with the crystal inside. I'm just going to switch this off for a moment just so you can get a closer look at the details on the chassis. Really beautiful chassis and pretty difficult to fit, I gotta tell you. I had a lot of fun with this one. So the wires all squeezed through these little tubes here, and I actually fitted one other tube right under the crystal chamber, if you can see it in there, to give me more space for wires, because I just simply could not fit all the wires I needed through these two tubes. I believe this chassis and setup was built with Tri-Cree in mind. So with Tri-Cree, you could have used I could have used 24 gauge wires running up to here, but I wanted to give you 22 gauge wires for your NeoPixel and 22 gauge wires to your battery. So to run 3 22 gauge wires down through here. I simply could not fit what I needed for everything, because I also had to run wires for the switches, and the crystal is actually wired in parallel with the blade to save wires running through, but I have coded it as a sub blade so that you still get your effects on your crystal. These little guys here are 3 little LEDs that fit nicely in this chassis. They're 3mm LEDs. They only do green,
Ezra Bridger,
as you see. So even if you change to Darth Vader, you get your red. These little guys are going to stay green all the time, because I tried and looked everywhere for 3mm RGB LEDs and I could not find them. I even asked the guys on the Saber forums. The only ones I can find is 5mm. 5mm is what I've used for inside your crystal. 5mm is what I always use, and 5mm comes in RGB. So it can go to any color. Like this one is pulsing from green to white. It'll also go red, it'll go blue, it'll go every color you want it to. But these little guys are just greens, because I could not find RGB 3mm LEDs. If anyone out there knows of any, let me know in the comments, but I could not find them. But having said that, I mean, it still looks great, because this is your Ezra Bridger Saber. So you've got your Ezra Bridger colors. And I've also coded them so that they do a slow 1, 2, 3 when off, and then when we switch it on, they do a nice faster 1, 2, 3. So I think it turned out pretty nice. Down here we have another LED just for show underneath this mesh. Let me just switch this off again to show you. This is just a mesh cover. There's a lot of wires and things going on under here, so I just added a layer of plastic diffusion with a mesh covering it, so you know, you can't see any wires or anything sticking out anywhere, because underneath here you've got your recharge port, you've got your kill switch, the Proffieboard sits here, and the wires run down here. They all bunch up here and run back through these little pipes, so there's kind of a lot going on under here, but everything is tucked away neatly and covered up. So speaking of Proffieboard, I just want to show you how to access your Proffieboard should you ever need to. So this, again, it's a pretty difficult chassis for access. If you just look in there, let me just get some light over on this. If you look in there, you can just about see right there. You can see the port of your Proffieboard. So the SD card, unfortunately, is not removable because of the design of this chassis. This cover cannot come off. But of course, the SD card can be accessed through the USB in the Proffi. It's just, there's a better angle of it. It's just a little more slow on loading things. But look, if you never need to change your fonts or load anything, you're going to be good. Everything is loaded and good to go. But if you ever need to, what you want to do is get yourself a USB-C cable that's angled down like this. And what I had to do was I cut all of the black rubber off. So you see, it's just left with this bare plug, I guess we'll say. Like on this side, for example, I cut off all of this on this side, because that was necessary to be able to go right in under here and plug in to the Proffi. Let me just plug it in to show you. And there you go. Now that is in and ready to load fonts into your SD card or code your board through Arduino. But like I said, if you're never going to code your board, this is never going to be an issue for you. But if you want to code your board or learn how to code it or put extra fonts on, you're going to need to get yourself a right angled USB facing like this and cut off all that rubber. This is just, I just got this from Amazon. I think it was like, you know, $10 or whatever. And it will just go down like this, and get yourself a light, shine your light in, and you will just see how it just clicks right in. There you go. So that is the Proffieboard access. So what else we got going on? Ezra Bridger activation. You got your music. You got. Let me just show you how to change the volume. So the volume, you hold the auxiliary button for 1 second, and you hear a beep like that, and then that means you're in the volume control menu. So once you're in the volume control menu, auxiliary is down, click, 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 and main is up, click, click, click. So you'll see what I mean when I say click, down, 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 down. You hear it getting lower. It's going down by I think 10% increments, and then that's at its lowest, and then all the way back up. Click, 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 10% increments. That's at its loudest, and then once you're satisfied with the volume you want, you hold this again for 1 second, and you'll hear that tone to exit volume control. So now you hear it's a bit louder. This has Star Wars main theme behind it. So we got Darth Vader. We gave you an Obi-Wan font. Gave you an Ahsoka font and a nice white blade. I'm not going to go through all the fonts. I'm not going to leave it as a little surprise for you, but you've got a few character fonts on here, plus all the factory fonts from the Proffieboard. So that brings us to the blade. So let me leave the Saber switched on, and I'm going to close it up. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you inside the Saber. So when you close it up, it threads nicely right on here. So I want to show you this top bit here. So this is your, as I mentioned, this is your screen accurate blade plug. It's just, you know, it's just for show. Nice little shine through there. If and when you want to put your blade in, you screw this piece off and you take this piece out. So this piece is designed just to, I mean, face whatever way you want. I'm actually not sure what way is, you know, accurate when Ezra has it. Does it face this way or this way or this way? So that's up to you. But that is your blade plug. Nicely weathered by Shane Moore as well. So now I'm going to show you your blade. So this is your 7/8 blade that's going to be included with it, because this blade is going to be absolutely unique to this Saber. It will not be used with any other Saber, because for screen accuracy, I didn't want to put any holes in here. I didn't want to put any screws in here. So this piece screws on, and this blade is bonded to this metal piece with a high strength 2-part epoxy, so it's never going to come apart. And to put it on, you simply screw it on. But this is actually important. Before you do that, switch your Saber off. Kill switch off. So if that light is on, your Saber's on, so off. So you want to switch it off completely, and then line this up, and just take your time screwing this in, and just grab it by both metal parts and screw. It'll get tighter at the end, but it will go all the way, and there you have it. Now once that is on, you can turn your Saber back on, close it back up, and you're gonna have your beautiful NeoPixel blade. So let me just pull the camera back and turn off the light here to give you a bit of, let's let you see this. So there it is. There's your beautiful NeoPixel blade. 7/8 blade from Dark Wolf Sabers. Of course, you got your red, got your blue, got your white for Ahsoka. And I'm just going to move on to the end here to show you your battery level. So this is a fun little font I add on all my Sabers. It starts City shouting unlimited power, and it shows the battery level on your Saber. So right now you're about just under 50% charged. I will charge it up for you before I ship it off, but that's just what that font means, just in case you come across it and you're wondering. There is no blade or sound on that font. I did put some music behind it. I just put the Mandalorian theme behind it for you. And you're back to the start, back to Ezra Bridger. So as a little demo with this too, you do have your, your flash on clash, and your tip drag and all that kind of thing. Like I mentioned, I will send you a little instructional page on how to work everything. And that is it. So this is going to be packing up and shipping out to you very soon, Leonardo. I am just finishing up your Ahch-To Killer Staff, another awesome saber, man. Ahch-To Killer Staff with your Goth 3D Master chassis also, so twin sabers there. They're just being finished up now, so that video is going to be uploaded soon. So yeah, may the force be with you, and I hope you enjoy your new sabers.